The broken clock that changed a man's life forever. Have you ever cursed the worst day of your life, only to realize, months later, that it was the very day that saved you? Most people judge life too quickly. One bad moment, one failure, one rejection, and they believe everything is over. But what if life is writing a story you simply cannot read yet? Today's story is about an ordinary clockmaker whose greatest loss became the greatest gift he never expected. Stay until the end, because this story might change the way you look at every setback forever. Many years ago, in a peaceful town surrounded by forests and rivers, lived a humble clockmaker named Times Elias. His workshop was tiny. The walls were covered with old clocks. Some ticked perfectly. Some had stopped years ago. People traveled from nearby villages to repair their precious timepieces because Elias was known for one thing: patience. He never rushed. He never complained. Whenever someone apologized for bringing him a badly damaged clock, he simply smiled. "Every clock has its own time," he would say. Most people thought it was only a joke. But Elias truly believed it. His only apprentice was his nephew, Noah. Young, energetic, always impatient. He wanted success immediately. Whenever a repair took too long, Noah became frustrated. "Why does life always make things difficult?" he often asked. Elias never argued. He only smiled. "One day," he replied, "time itself will answer you." One winter morning, a wealthy collector arrived carrying an ancient golden pocket watch. "I'll pay whatever you ask," the collector said. "This watch belonged to my grandfather." Elias carefully examined it. The mechanism was incredibly delicate. He accepted the job. For 3 days, he worked carefully, piece by piece, spring by spring, gear by gear. Finally, the watch came back to life. The collector was overjoyed. Before leaving, he whispered, "If you ever decide to sell your workshop, come find me." A week later, disaster struck. A fire broke out in the neighboring bakery during the night. Strong winds carried sparks across the street. By sunrise, half of Elias's workshop had burned. Most of his tools were destroyed. Hundreds of clocks melted into twisted metal. Noah stood outside in tears. "It's over. Everything is gone." Villagers gathered around. Some shook their heads. Others whispered, "What terrible luck." Elias quietly picked up one blackened clock from the ashes. He looked at it for a moment, then calmly said, "We only know what happened. We do not yet know what it means." The villagers couldn't understand. How could anyone remain peaceful after losing almost everything? Without expensive equipment, Elias could no longer repair complicated clocks. Instead, he began making small wooden clocks by hand. Simple, beautiful, unique. Every piece carried tiny carvings inspired by the forest around the town. At first, business became slow. Many customers stopped coming. Noah became discouraged. "You should have rebuilt the old workshop." Elias smiled. "Perhaps, but perhaps this road exists for a reason." Months passed. One afternoon, a traveler entered the shop. He wasn't looking for repairs. He was searching for handcrafted gifts. The wooden clocks caught his attention immediately. "I've never seen anything like these," he said. He purchased every clock in the store. Then he asked, "Can you make 100 more?" Noah couldn't believe what he was hearing. The traveler owned several galleries in different cities. Within weeks, orders arrived from places Elias had never even visited. The little workshop became famous, not because of expensive repairs, but because of simple, handmade creations born from disaster. One evening, Noah finally understood. If the fire had never happened, you would never have started making these. Elias nodded. "The fire destroyed my workshop, but it also destroyed the life that was keeping me small. He continued, "Sometimes life closes one door because you've been standing in the wrong room." Years later, journalists visited Elias, asking the secret behind his success. They expected him to talk about craftsmanship, business, money. Instead, he held up a small burnt gear that he had saved from the fire. "This," he said, "is my greatest teacher. It reminds me never to judge a chapter before reading the entire story. Think about your own life. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe someone left you. Maybe a plan failed. Right now, it feels unfair, painful, even hopeless. But what if this chapter isn't your ending? What if it's only the turning point? Remember, the seed never understands the storm that pushes it deeper into the soil, yet that very storm helps it grow stronger. Life works the same way. Don't rush to call today a tragedy. Time has a remarkable way of revealing hidden blessings. Stay patient. Stay humble. Keep moving forward. One day, you'll look back and realize that the moment you thought everything was falling apart was actually the moment everything began coming together. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe for more original stories that inspire courage, patience, and purpose. Until next time, trust the journey, because life always reveals its meaning, one chapter at a time.